Some trips don't go as planned. You chase the summit and find yourself waiting in the rain instead. We came to the Adirondacks with a mission to backpack Mount Marcy, the highest peak in the state of New York. But the mountain had other plans. The rain came down hard and the trail disappeared into fog. So we waited and let the days slow us down. Day 2. Rain was still in forecast for Mount Marcy, so we decided to drive to Whiteface Mountain. The drive to Whiteface does not rush you. It winds gently through the valley, and a river runs alongside for most of the way. Clear, cold, always moving. And above it all, the mountains rise like white giants, half shrouded in fog. It's the kind of landscape that does not need drama to be beautiful. Just a hush of drizzle and everything softened beneath a muted sky. After some time, the road began to climb, a slow ascent into cloud and stone. When we arrived, the summit was wrapped in fog, so thick it felt like the mountain was holding its breath. We took the elevator, yes, an elevator, hidden inside the rock, built back in 1937. To reach it, you walk through a 426-foot-long tunnel carved straight through the mountain's core, dimly lit and echoing with every step. At the top, the clouds wrapped everything in white. No panoramic views, just cold wind and silence. But after a while, the fog began to lift, and so we hiked down instead, following the stone trail that clings to the ridge. Behind us, Lake Placid shimmered through the clouds, quiet, distant, and suddenly there. After leaving the summit behind, we made our way back down the mountain. Not far from there, tucked beneath the trees, is a place carved by time and water. High Falls Gorge. A series wooden walkway hugs the cliffs, drawing you closer to the roar of water below. It's loud in the best way, where centuries of flow have shaped the earth into something wild and alive. As we were leaving, the rain returned, soft at first, then steady. We headed back to hotel, wondering what will happen to our backpacking trip if it keeps raining. The mountain across the shore looked clearer now, rinsed clean by the storm. Everything felt still, like the day had finally taken a deep breath. In that calm afternoon light, we started to believe the weather might finally turn. Tomorrow we'd begin our climb to Mount Marcy. The morning opened bright and clear, the kind of sky that makes you feel like anything is possible. This was our first time committing to a 2-night backpacking trip, and we'd pick one of the toughest trails in the state. We wanted to push ourselves and find out what we were capable of. This trail cuts through the heart of the High Peaks Wilderness, the largest wild area in the state of New York. Over 275,000 acres of protected forest, 46 summits and rivers. And rising above it all is Mount Marcy, New York's highest peak at 5,344 feet. This isn't just a place to visit, it's a place to earn. And every step forward is a step into something wild, old, and quietly sacred. Three hours in, climbing to our avalanche pass, the weight of our packs began to settle in, muscles aching, breath slowing. But that's also when something else shows up, the conversation you never have in daily life. There's something about moving through the wilderness that clears the noise. No deadlines, no distraction, just you, your partner, and space to let your thoughts wander. We talked about things we would normally never get to. Silly memories, quiet dreams, all the little thoughts that get buried in the rush of everyday life. Growing up, I never understood why anyone would carry 30 pounds on their back into the wild. It looked like struggle, but now I see it. It's a different kind of challenge, one where the body hurts, but the mind becomes clearer with every climb. The pain does not push you away, it pulls you in. Lots of river crossing, lots of mud, lots of rest breaks, and a lot of exhaustion. Look at the view behind her. Probably you won't see it because of the trees, but the lake is awesome from here. After 7 hours and 7 miles of rocky, muddy trail, we reached our campsite. Not to the summit yet, but to stillness, to camp, and to a moment where we didn't have to keep pushing, at least not for the night.
Sal. Maju.
There. So who's gonna win? Smoky. So our next visit is gonna be this national park, which is Great Smoky, which is in Tennessee. On our second day of backpacking, we started the day with full energy. Bright skies, fresh legs, and a quiet determination to reach the top. The trail didn't wait. Lots of river crossing and steep climbs followed. It was brutal. We hiked 5 minutes, then stopped for 10. That rhythm carried us for hours. After nearly 5 hours, the forest opened to something still. Lake tear up the clouds. A quiet hidden tarn nestled at nearly 4,300 feet, believed to be the highest source of the Hudson River. Snow still lingers on the trail, strange for May, but it matches the surreal pace of the day. Every step up was a battle, not just with the mountains, but with ourselves. It was steep, relentless, and quiet. And then we climbed again, the final stretch. But then we were there, the summit, the roof of New York. "45 minutes of stillness to hold all that struggle, and for us, one quiet goal: take a photo right here at the top, dressed not for the mountain, but for the memory." For those few fleeting minutes at the top, every mile, every ache, every step was worth it. We carried so much to get here and somehow left lighter. We will always look back on this moment and smile, knowing we chose the hard way and found joy at the summit. Because sometimes the best memories are the ones you have to climb for. We did not linger long. The sun was already shifting, and we still had to make it back before nightfall. The descent was harder than we expected. Knees aching, feet screaming, legs moving on memory more than a strength, but somehow we made it. Dinner by the river, nothing left to probe. Just the sound of water, the warmth of shared meal, and the kind of quiet that only comes after giving everything you have. That night, we camped near Marcy Dam. By morning, the hard part was over. We had breakfast beside the same river, packed up, and walked the final miles back to the world. Looking back, it wasn't just a backpacking trip. It was a reset, a reminder that we are stronger than we think. and the discomfort has a way of showing us who we are. Out there, past the mud, the cold, the climb, we found something worth carrying home. Not just a summit, but a connection to nature, to each other, to ourselves. And in the end, that's what makes it all worth it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next video.